Victims of domestic violence. Well, let's put it right on the table. They're not all Betty Crockers and Mother Teresa, are they? No, they're not. And when we see them, they look pretty pathetic sometimes. So sometimes, and I certainly include myself here, sometimes we have a habit of looking down our noses with contempt and disdain for these women. And kind of what goes through our head is some silent statement like, well, what is wrong with this woman? Why would she stay with a guy who knocks around? And the second question we'll ask ourselves sometimes is, why does she keep picking these characters? Now, I will be the first to tell you that 23 years ago, I really believed that a 5-letter word was responsible for victims staying in abusive situations. And that 5-letter word is money. In fact, cops in my generation used to make jokes about it. You know, we'd just say, hey, you know, she stays for the money. He brings home the bacon. She's going to put up with whatever. Well, we really believed that. I believed it because I didn't have anything to refute that argument. I had not read one book about domestic violence. I had done absolutely no research on it. I just figured I knew this because I went out to calls all the time as a patrol officer. So of course I understand domestic violence. Well, it's amazing what effect research in 20 years or so has on the way that I see it now. Now, to be sure, there isn't just one reason why victims stay in abusive relationships. There's many reasons. And if we had a blackboard, we could write them on it. But you name it. The stigma of getting divorced, religious pressure, family pressure, that 4-letter sin called hope. You know, I really hate what he does, but I hope he changes. And a belief that maybe she's responsible for it because, after all, she's the only one that he beats up. Not wanting to deprive her kids of their father. Not wanting to be out on her own. All of these things play a part. And certainly low self-esteem, which not only does the victim have low self-esteem, but many times the batterer has low self-esteem as well. So for many varied reasons, victims will stay in abusive situations. But I need to share with you what I now believe, having learned what I have dealing with 70,000 cases of domestic violence. I truly believe that the number one reason why victims stay in abusive relationships today is a 4-letter word. It's called fear. And fear means a lot of different kinds of fear. Certainly the fear of the unknown. I know this is a stretch, but picture, if you can, what it must feel like to be a battered woman. So you've got these 3 kids under 5, a box of Pampers, $20 in your pocket, and now you've had it right up to here with his violence. What are you going to do?